GTA Online is officially on its last lap. After 13 years of updates, Rockstar has made it clear GTA 6 is coming, and when it does, these streets go quiet. So before we move on, I want to do something I should have done a long time ago. I am ranking every single street race track from the Los Santos Tuners update, all 7 of them, worst to first, and I am basing this on everything: the layout, the shortcuts, the flow, how competitive the racing actually gets, and how much fun I have had grinding these tracks on PS5. If you have been watching this channel, you know I have put in serious time on these streets. This is my honest ranking. Let's get into it. Coming in dead last, Country Pursuits. And look, I do not hate this track, but when you stack it up against the other 6, it is just the weakest of the bunch. Here is the problem. This race takes you all the way out to Blaine County, up into Palito Bay. And that sounds cool on paper. Fresh scenery, open roads, something different. But in practice, the track is too open, too forgiving. There are not enough technical corners to separate good drivers from average ones. You just pin the throttle and hope your car has better top-end speed than the person next to you. The shortcuts exist, but they are not the kind that reward clean driving. They reward luck. You either hit the gap, or you bin it into a tree and lose 10 seconds. There is no satisfying middle ground. The distance is also the joint longest of all 7 tracks at nearly 4 kilometers, and that extra length does not add excitement, it just adds time. If a race is going to be long, there needs to be something at every section to keep you on your toes. Country Pursuits does not deliver that. It is the track I load into the least, and that tells you everything. Rank 6 goes to Beachfront Runner. Now this one is going to be controversial because a lot of people actually enjoy this track, and I get it. Running along the coast, through Del Perro and the Vespucci canals, visually it is one of the most impressive routes in the series. Sunset lighting on this track is genuinely beautiful, but beauty does not win races, and this is a racing tier list. Beachfront Runner suffers from the same distance issue as Country Pursuits, nearly 4 kilometers, but the bigger problem is consistency. Some sections of this track are incredibly clean and fast, and then you hit a chicane or a tight beachside bend that just kills your momentum completely. The pacing is uneven. The shortcuts here are also some of the hardest to actually commit to in a race. When you are wheel to wheel with someone, the risk of binning it on a shortcut attempt on this track is higher than almost anywhere else. So the racing tends to play out in a predictable way on the main line, which takes a lot of the edge off. Still a decent track, just not a great one. High Society comes in at number 5. This is where the list starts getting genuinely good, and honestly, High Society had everything it needed to rank higher. Racing through Rockford Hills, the Beverly Hills of Los Santos, should feel premium, and in a lot of ways it does. The layout has some of the best sweeping corners in the entire series. There are long curved sections through the hills where you are really leaning on your car's handling, and when you nail those corners at speed, it feels incredible. The surface is cleaner than most of the other tracks too, which means less unexpected snap oversteer from hitting a curb wrong. What holds High Society back is the middle sector. There is a stretch through Burton and into Howick where the track tightens up and the camera angles get awkward on certain corners. You are running at high speed and the turn comes up faster than your brain expects. It is not fun, difficult, it is just disorienting. The shortcuts in Rockford Hills are good though. There are some alley cuts through the residential streets that can gain you serious time if you know them, and executing them clean in traffic is genuinely satisfying. Just outside the top 4, but a solid track. Number 4, back at the Rancho, and here is where the list completely flips, because from this point up, every track is genuinely great. Separating these top 4 was genuinely hard. Back at the Rancho is the shortest track in the entire series at just over 2 kilometers, and that short distance is actually one of its biggest strengths. Laps fly by, the action is constant, there is no dead zone where you are just cruising through nothing. Every single second of this track matters. The layout is tight and technical. Rancho's streets are narrow compared to other parts of the map, which means close quarter racing is almost guaranteed. If someone gets a bad exit out of a corner in front of you, you will be all over them before they recover. The pressure never lets up. The shortcuts here are also perfectly placed. The alley cuts through Rancho reward drivers who know them and punish drivers who do not. In a field of 8, knowing which shortcut to take on which lap is a genuine tactical decision. The only reason it sits at 4 rather than higher is that the short lap count means a single mistake can cost you the race completely. There is almost no margin for recovery. That is exciting, but it can also feel brutal when you are on the wrong end of it. Coming in at number 3, the business end. This track is the most underrated in the series. When I talk to people about street racing in GTA Online, the business end rarely gets mentioned first, and I genuinely do not understand why, because this track is elite. The location is right in the heart of downtown Los Santos. You are cutting through Pillbox Hill, looping around Legion Square, blasting through Mission Row. You know this part of the city from 1,000 different missions and free roam sessions, but running it at race speed feels completely different. It is like seeing a familiar place through new eyes. The layout has the best mix of fast sections and technical sections in the entire series. There are long straights where you are hitting top speed, followed immediately by tight 90-degree turns into narrow lanes. The rhythm of this track is just right. You are always switching between being aggressive on the straights and being precise in the corners. The construction zone section that gives this track its name adds an unpredictable element that I love. Barriers shift the racing line in ways that catch you off guard until you really know the track. Once you know it, it feels like a puzzle you have solved. Close, very close, to the top 2, but just misses out. Number 2, Home Street Home. If Back at the Rancho is the short, intense chaos track, Home Street Home is the perfectly balanced version of that same idea. It is compact, it is technical, and it rewards consistency in a way that very few racing tracks in this game manage to do. The south side of Los Santos, Strawberry, Davis, Chamberlain Hills, is not the part of the map most people associate with racing, but Rockstar built something special here. The streets have personality. They are narrow in places you do not expect. They open up right when you need breathing room, and the surface changes keep you honest throughout. What makes Home Street Home genuinely special is the way the shortcuts interact with the main line. You can race this track 10 times and make a different decision about shortcuts every single time, and there is an argument for each call depending on your car and the traffic. That replayability is incredibly rare. The races on this track also tend to be the most competitive I have been in. The tight layout keeps fields bunched together deep into each lap. Overtakes are possible, but they have to be earned, and if you make a mistake, you can still recover. Number 1. The best street race track in GTA Online, and it is not particularly close, up your alley. If you have been on this channel for any amount of time, you already knew this was coming. This is the track I have raced more than any other. This is the track where I have chased my best times, called out the dirtiest drivers, and had the most genuinely satisfying moments behind the wheel in GTA Online. And the reason is simple. This track is designed perfectly. The layout runs through the alleys of Mission Row, which means you are constantly dealing with narrow gaps, blind corners, and walls that will end your race if you get it wrong. The track is punishing at the limit, but it never feels unfair. Every wall you hit is a wall you put yourself into. Every clean lap feels earned. The shortcuts on Up Your Alley are the best in the series. Full stop. There are multiple ways through the alley sections depending on your speed and your read of the traffic in front of you. The shortcut decisions happen fast and they are high stakes. Get it right and you gain serious time. Get it wrong and your race is over. The racing on this track is also the best I have experienced in GTA Online. Because the corners come fast and the gaps are tight, every position matters from the first lap to the last. There is almost no scenario where you can safely coast in second or third. You are always either attacking or defending. And at just under 2.5 kilometers, the lap distance is exactly right. Short enough to keep the action concentrated, long enough to have meaningful technical sections. Up Your Alley is GTA Online street racing at its absolute best. It is the track I will miss the most when GTA 6 takes over, and it is the track I will remember the longest. Number 1, and it is not even close. So there it is. Every street race track from Los Santos Tuners ranked from worst to first, Quick recap: Country Pursuits at 7, Beachfront Runner at 6, High Society at 5, Back at the Rancho at 4, The Business End at 3, Home Street Home at 2, and Up Your Alley at number 1. GTA 6 drops later this year, and when it does, these tracks go into the history books. If you have not run all 7 of these yet, go do it. Chase your times, find the shortcuts, race dirty if you have to. These streets made this game worth playing. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe and drop your own ranking in the comments. I want to see where you have Up Your Alley. And if you put it anywhere other than number 1, you are wrong, and I will see you on the track. Mr. Throttle, out.